Abundance. How do you feel when you hear that word abundance? You start to feel good, right? You start to feel at ease and worry-free. And so for a reason, because we're all born into a world and into a natural state of abundance, into a world that is abundant in terms of resources that we all need in order to sustain ourselves, but also abundant with endless option and possibilities in order to have and live a fulfilling life. But as you probably already know, this has been hijacked by a group of bad people who create a false lack, a false shortage of limitation and restriction in order to hoard and keep everything for them and to control us and to put us down and to make sure that we stay small. But here's the thing. All of this is false. All of this is a big lie. And it is now more than ever time to regain this abundance for us and to break free from this and to start to realize that we live in a world that is so abundant and that our life also by nature is so abundant. And perhaps it is something that you do struggle with. Perhaps you do have a mindset based on lack. And if that's your case, let me know in the comment below. But don't worry, because I'm going to reveal to you how you can completely change this. And one thing that I want to tell you to just show you how this world and how our life is huge. It boils down when you start to become curious. You know, guys, when you start to become curious, you will realize that we live in a world that is so huge in terms of diversity, in terms of things that does exist, in terms of concept and ideas, in terms of cultures, in terms of arts, in terms of perception and way of doing things. And when you are curious, you know, you start to realize that you will never have enough time in just one life to discover all of the things that does exist. But unfortunately, like I said, this bad group of people, they achieve to print into the mind of most people that this life, that this world can only be seen and experienced through a small window, through a small lane. And so all of that in order to gain control and to hoard the great things for them. And you know, also there's a quote that I truly love that says, as long as you think big. And man, this is so true, you know, because we all constantly think, and we are, for the most part, you know, caught up in our own thought. But how do we think? It is what matters. And in reality, you know, what most people think, again, it is small, it is limitation, it is restriction. But since we all think, why not think big? You know, why not allowing ourselves to think big? And like I say, you know, when you combine that with curiosity, you know, you will realize how huge this world is, and you can't unsee the hugeness that you basically have seen. And now you might wondering, well, but how do I implement, you know, this abundance into my life? And well, the first thing it is to change the way that you think. And how do you do that? Well, you set a new type of way of thinking. In other words, you start to develop a mindset, and more importantly, the right mindset, which is an abundance mindset. And how do you do that? Well, just like any proper mindset, you have to start to think positively, to think through a stream of positiveness if you want to, first of all, activate that mindset. And then therefore, you have to start putting up affirmation into your life. And for example, you know, you can tell to yourself, I'm in abundance, I'm in abundance, or I'm an abundant being. I'm an abundant being. And one affirmation also that I love and that I keep telling to myself, it is, it flows. It flows. Whatever you want to attract to your life, you know, by saying it flows, you know, it will comes. And it will comes in a large quantity. And then even better than that, it will come into an unlimited form into your life. And now that you develop an abundance mindset, your life will radically change because you will never be in lack anymore. And so therefore, you know that now you do have option and endless possibilities into your life. And what happens when you do have option and endless possibility? Well, naturally, you start to increase and develop a strong confidence, because you know what? You know that you can always get those things, and not only that you can get them, but you can get them in abundance. So therefore, whether it's about your health, your wealth, and relationship, you start to be pretty much carefree. And when it comes about your health and energy, you are recharged. You do have this power and these good things into your body and into your mind. And that is the same when it comes about if you are an entrepreneur, for example, you no longer worry about failing into a business, because you know that you can always attract another opportunities. And that is the same also when it comes about jobs. When you are abundant, you know that you can always find a better job, that you can always find the job that you truly deserve. And by the way, guys, when it comes about jobs, there's something very interesting in terms of abundance that I've been observing, is that the profile who get showered by job offer are the one who already got a job. And basically, when you already get a things, you're going to receive more and more. And how do you start by doing this? Like I said, by just putting yourself into abundance. And that works the same also when it comes about the woman. Since that now you are in abundance, you are no longer attached to any particular woman, and you no longer have one physis. You no longer also tolerate toxic and bad behavior from those women. And that works exactly the same, when it comes about relationship. You're no longer seeking relationship and chasing out of loneliness, but instead you attract relationship and romantic relationship because you are truly seeking a connection. And that people also will start to see it, and they will start to see that you are abundant. And also another superpower that abundance mindset give you is that whether there's people or not into your life, you're good, because already yourself, you are fulfilled. You are aligned with everything that you do deserve. So even if you are alone, you are totally fine. So literally, abundance mindsets gonna change everything for you. And by having and developing this mindset, you will be able to get not only what you truly deserve, but what you truly deserve endlessly. And this is literally the definition of greatness. All right, so if you do like this video about abundance mindset, do not hesitate to give it a like, subscribe also to my channel, and let me know in the comment if you are already having and developing an abundance mindset, and how does it change your life, or in the opposite, perhaps you still have a mindset based on lack, but you are ready to change. Also, let me know in the comment below. And if you want to go back to the previous step, which is to develop a mindset, which is to develop the right mindset, I also make a video about the mindset, and you can watch it. All right, and until next time, I'll definitely catch you up soon in abundance.